So it's like, it's not good to expose yourself constantly to something that bothers you. Always. You need to like come there like on your own terms. And like that's where like exposure therapy is like good. But if like you're being exposed to that 24/7, you're not gonna get anything out of it. Come at it on your own terms. It's gonna take slowly, take the elevator from the parking to get down to the station, and then head up the stairs. to going the other way. You'll see. So I have a couple of plans to make technology work in my favor rather than where it is right now, where Google has a lot of services, but in exchange you just give up all your information. And that's why it's free, because you sell your stuff to the last bidder, the greatest bidder, and that's no good. So I just want everything on my own, and my dream is to have my own like SSH server. So my fucking my Obsidian, it's not on like it's not hosted by fucking Google servers anymore. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to overcome a problem if the problem is always way too overbearing for me. Like, if I'm always thinking about, oh my god, I can't do this. I can't be talking to my girlfriend right now because I feel guilty that, you know, I don't have the energy and attention for her. But I'm always so quick. It's always so quick to like access my girlfriend, like you can call her or text her. Then I'm never gonna get over that guilt, because it's always gonna be so convenient for me to, you know, talk smack about myself. should do is add like a corridor under boredom into the other part of the field. Because right now they have a place to cross on top, and like that's cool, but I don't see anyone using that because it just goes straight into a parking lot. Be much better if there was like a tunnel that went into the park right across the street from Cemetary Boredom. Be a much more pleasant ride as well. You can get across the city in more ways than just through like the main corridor doors of like the cars. You know, if you can go across using like bike trails and everything, that'd be so fun. You can already do that with downtown. It's kind of annoying. I don't really like biking all the way downtown because of that. It's kind of out of the way. I'm liking this so far. No, yeah, but my own. It's so ironic that PewDiePie put me on, because PewDiePie is kind of like the neo-Nazi guy of yeah, I hope I don't get stumped, but it's kind of like the neo-Nazi of YouTube. The anti like brown shit. Or he's like a white supremacist kind of guy. Even if like he isn't that person, he peddles a lot of that shit. And he subscribes to a lot of like naturalists, like just like a bodybuilder guy that tried to stake a group in Japan. And he was kind of just like Andrew Tate at that time. But anyways, yeah. He had one base take, which is like, I don't like Google, so I'm trying to de-Google my life. Oh, and Graphite OS, let's go. Fucking, I was like, oh, I gotta, first of all, I don't like having my phone around me because it's like, everything's way too easily accessible. But I like this new kind of thing. I'm just gonna, like, I think my first plan is to take all of my stuff and export it into my hard drive so that I can delete everything on my phone and then just start fresh. But yeah, luckily I don't have to buy a new phone because I was worried like I'd have to get a new phone and like subscribe to like a dumb phone or something. Which is stupid because like there's like e-ink, like shitty display, no apps, dumb phones. You think because they're so minimalistic, go for much lower than most phones, but they're actually very expensive. Like I went on one of the websites, it was like $400 for a dumb phone. E-ink is actually a pretty expensive technology because it's not mass produced the same way even like OLED displays are. I think they might be they might compete. They might be like within the same price range as OLED screens because of how they aren't really massively produced like that. But yeah, it'd be nice, and it's like, you know, I don't have to constantly be confronted with the internet and, you know, things that bother me and I worry about a lot. I can have my devices that are dedicated to, you know, specific intentions, like the note-taker I'm making right now. I'm actually really excited about. I idealize like my beach days where I sit there and I write, and I'm not like rushing for any apps on my phone or like on my computer because it's like a single service device, which is taking notes. And then with my SSH, it's like, you know, instead of just emailing have to compete with the existing light of the sun. They, you actually use that light. Yeah, this is the bridge. Actually, pick up. We don't really need that. Like, in this computer, it'd be nice to have visibility is there for the public. If you're commuting down here, even at 2 a.m., there's actually a light post, which is kind of rare for a trail, a recreational trail in Toronto. Yeah, there's lights that come up when it's dark enough, and you're able to, move through here while, seeing any coming threats or whatever. But yeah, here, it's also gonna be sporting like a small form factor keyboard, which doesn't actually have a lot of the buttons. It doesn't have the number keys. It doesn't have any arrow keys. It's just the letters. It's as minimalistic as possible, and as you want from it, because you can add those keys later on with programming. But yeah, it's coming in the mail right now, just the PCB and the back plate. And I already have switches and keys, so I'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, it'd be perfect to just carry around with me in like a handbag or something. Or, create like a casing for it to be a handbag. Which I really want to get into. Or just like, get someone to help me with that. Maybe like, I'll pay Rhiannon or something. I've been thinking a lot about how Manchester perceives me, and if I'm worthy enough of to be her partner, her boyfriend. Yeah, I don't know, my brain might be tricking me, but I see a lot of she's doubtful, or a lot of times where she's she's worried, and I don't know, that's kind of a guy thing, being am I capable enough of, to be there, it's stupid. But yeah, I mean, those are my feelings, so yeah, whatever. brought some grapes with me, you know. These stacked up on my electrolytes. I'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously. Because a part of it is like, if I intellectualize it, then I might be making it. I might just be like feeding into the exact same trap I'm trying to avoid, which is like. Which is like burying my toxic feelings with like some intellectualized bull crap that in turn makes me a moral person. Just like how people are like really hating people using therapy speak when all they're doing is being toxic and hiding behind their mental illness to avoid like